Thank you for staying with us. Let's get into the news now. And several shops at the famous Opera Square were engulfed in flames yesterday. The fire is said to have started at around 4 p.m., but took several hours for the fire service to bring it under control. My colleague Samuel Kojo-Brace was at the scene and interacted with an eyewitness and a fire personnel.
The fire service is here battling to get this fire under control. But as you said, as hard as they fight, the fire still rages on. I have a trader here who sells around and is an eyewitness to this whole thing. Chief, what's your name, sir? What's your name?
I'm Kofash.
What did you see?
We are just here. We are here in the afternoon time, and it was around 4 something, about 4:20 to 4:30 over there. I was in front of the shop. We are just waiting for customers to come and buy from our shop. So I'm here with my brother. My brother was the first person who saw it. And he told me, he said, Kofi, look at it. It seems there is a fire over there. And I look at it, I said, what is happening over here? And I saw the fire over there. So I said, no, let's call fire people. So I just called them on 999. I did 999 or something like that. So when we call them, they know it's going, but no one is taking it. So I said, no, we have to follow. So we take a motor from here to the place, and we went to, their place there. So when we get there, we told them. So the people over there, they say, okay, we should go, they will come. So along the line, they speak to one of their drivers. Oh, okay. So they told some of their drivers and they moved the first car. But you know, this way is a one way. So when they wanted to come to this side, it is very, very difficult because the cars are many there. Okay. And it is not easy for them to come. Okay. So we begged some of the drivers, especially the trotro drivers. We told them that, no, please, we are coming to this side, so you people should take one side. So the cars, the fire service cars, they have access to this place. So they obey what we said, we told them. So they give us one place to, and we pass. So we came here. So when they came, so lucky, they did a very good job. Yes, because if not because of them, we don't know what is going to happen at the end of the day.
So I see a bank down here. I see some stores down, but
there are 2 banks there.
2 banks.
Yeah.
And you tell me that this whole floor is just for one company?
This first floor is for the China people.
Okay.
They have been selling bags and these rubber shoes and all those things. You understand?
Okay, so we are still here at the Opera Square where the fire is still raging on, and I must say the fire service are trying all they can, but it looks like this fire is really, really a tough one to fight. Yeah, so you mean this is for one Chinese company?
Yeah, the first floor.
Okay, what about the top?
That place is offices. We have some lawyers over there.
Oh, lawyers have their offices here?
Yeah, I remember there was a time, so we have some lawyers over there. And some of the companies too have their office over there. Yes. So as for that place, the top is for offices. And the first floor, that place is for the China people. Yeah.
Have they been trading here for quite a long time? Do you know how much worth of goods are in there?
Oh, I think they have a lot of things over there. Because every month they used to bring goods. So, let me speak my mind. I think they will have about more than 40 feet containers over there. They have about 40 feet containers, about 20 over there.
Wow.
Yeah, bags and shoes. Yes, for the China people.
For people who are watching us, what's the name of this building? Does it have a popular name?
Yeah, this is Opera Square, Opera building. This formerly, it was a cinema something. It was cinema building, yes. But now individuals have rented and we are using it for shows.
So this is the building whose name has been named over this place.
Opera Square. Okay. That's it.
So if you are watching, I'm told the building that the fire is the building which is engulfed in the fire is the Opera building itself. Yeah. Well, I have a member of the Ghana National Fire Service communication team here, Alex Ken. Chief, you are the technical people. Tell us what's really happening.
Okay, so for now we can't ascertain the cause of fire, but what we can say is that our men have been working assiduously to put out the fire. The building houses 2 banks, the GT Bank and the Bank of Africa. So far, our men have been able to cool and contain the building from the fire from spreading to the banks. So as you can see, the banks, the only bank that got affected was the GT Bank. Even with that was just their server room. We were able to contain the fire from spreading to the banking hall. So none of the banking halls were affected. Some of our obstacles include, if you turn your camera towards here, you realize that our men went up there, tried breaking the building, but the people have used concrete to block the wall, to block the window. So it's difficult to fight the fire. So our men had to, and you see, we could have used more time fighting the fire rather than to use time breaking through that concrete to be able to fight the fire. So far our men are using every mechanism possible. The unfortunate thing is that we have hydrants here. Unfortunately, people have built on these hydrants, and also the hydrants are not flowing. Ghana Water has not been giving us water, and this is something that whenever we raise becomes an issue, but there's no water flowing through the hydrants. So our men have to go way far as Circle, as far as Osu and all, just to go and replenish and come back here. So far we have well over 10 appliances here, and everyone, and even our chief fire officer himself is here, our Accra regional commander is here, the director of operations himself is here. This shows the level of commitment, this shows the level of seriousness that the fire service attaches to this incidents.
Well, I can see that, I don't know, what do you call this one? What has carried your man up there? If you had many of it, I'm sure you could have done a better job.
Okay, so we have a lot, but looking at it, just one can, because we are tackling the fire from different angles. That one is tackling from up there, and this other one is tackling from down there. So it's just one is needed to be able to, it's called a turntable ladder. So it helps us to be able to reach heights in order to fight the fires from heights. So realize that it gives them a very good view of how the fire is and helps to fight the fire much better.
Okay, so what do you think is the challenge that has resulted in you spending close to more than 2 hours in fighting this fire? What's really the factor that is not helping you to quench it? Okay, so the building itself lacks a lot of structural integrity. If you take a closer look at the building, you realize that it has a lot of cracks there, and once these cracks are subject to much more heat, it's susceptible to collapse. It can collapse at any time. So it requires a tactical approach to be able to fight the fire. We fought much more raging fires than this. 2 weeks ago there was fire at Timber Market. Our men fought it. So our men are on top of the game to fight this fire. It's unfortunate that because it's a shop, it contains a lot of different materials. Some are very combustible. I learned some contain packs, like the takeaway packs, and then caps, and then boxes, and there are slippers, and all these things are very combustible. Also, what I suspect is that there might be some other oily or gaseous things there. So even though we fought with water, we realized that the fire was trying to reignite again. So we had to adopt the foam. So if you look on the floor, you realize that we are using the foam. So it's called the foam concentrate. It's something that we use to fight the fire. But when I was speaking to the trader, he was alleging that when they called your number earlier, nobody was answering.
Okay, so
why that challenge?
Okay, so I was listening to him. He said he called 999. That's not our number. Our number is 192. When you call 192 also, there's a lot of people who are getting, if you spend a day at our fire master control, you'll be amazed. You'll be astonished at the number of calls that our fire master control receives. So when you call, it's a queue. So you might call. There might be someone on the line. So until we are done with that person, so whenever we go on interviews, whenever we do our fire safety campaigns, we encourage people to get the numbers of the fire service stations that's closest to them, so that you can call the fire station that's closest to you directly, so it doesn't have to go through our fire master control before the appliance here is dispatched.
What could have helped you fight this fire better than you've done?
Well, if we had fire hydrants, if the fire hydrants here were flowing with water, one, it would have helped. And if the people here gave prominence, or they paid attention to our hydrants without having to build shops on it, without having to set up their wares on this and make the hydrants a dumping space for their refuse, we could have easily tapped into the fire hydrants from here and fought the fire. But right now, it means that whenever we run out of water, there are more appliances coming though. But
it looks like the fire is still, the more you fight it, the more it comes. Yes. What is really...
So as I said, there are a lot of different materials in there.
That is why.
That's why.
But your hydrant, why did you also sit aloof and watch people build on them?
So the hydrants is the responsibility of the Ghana Water Company. Okay, yes, it's for us. But at the end of the day, there's no water even flowing through. The ones that people haven't built on, there's no water flowing through. Ghana Water has not given us any water. So we have to go very, very far. This appliance is from Abelenke. They were here earlier, about 2 hours ago. They came to fight the fire. They ran out, and this contains thousands of gallons of water. So for it to run out, you realize that we are fighting a fire. They had to go all the way back, almost getting to Abelenke, just to replenish and come back here. And that's precious time that we could have used to fight the water. So please, if the media will implore the Ghana Water to ensure that our hydrants will flow, we will be able to better fight fires. When the Makula fire came, the issue of the hydrants came up. And if that issue was sorted, by now, I'm sure we wouldn't be having...
Maybe you should also be doing a regular checkup on your hydrant to see how they are functioning. Maybe we wouldn't be here talking about this.
We do our regular checkup.